An organism small enough to pass through the pores of a bacteriological filter.
The Spud Goodman Show.
Greetings, I'm Spud Goodman, and I would like to ask you at this time if you could spare a few minutes. This program's only a half hour, and a bunch of people have went to a lot of trouble to put it together. So it would be greatly appreciated if you could hang around and check it out. Now, I'm not going to lie to you and tell you we have a world-class show, but it's not half bad tonight. How about comedian Louie Anderson? Or musically, Love Spit Love. And oh yeah, my mother somehow scanned an interview with the rock band Pantera. So what do you have to lose? See you a little later, I hope. Thank you.
It's like somebody put out decon or something. I can't figure it out. I haven't seen one of Spud's freeloading relatives this week.
Well, his mother's in Las Vegas. Something about a lap dancers convention? To tell you the truth, I don't know where his father and the rest of them are.
You see, that's what makes me a little uneasy. When I have these vermin in my sight, I know what they're up to.
I do not understand why these people get you so upset. I mean, they're not so bad once you get to know them. I mean, sure, they're disgusting, but if you just would give them a chance.
Do you realize how many big-time celebrities they've harassed since we've been on the air? And don't think for 1 minute that these big stars don't talk among themselves. The word is out about doing this show.
But what harm could they do? I mean, they're just...
Do you realize that last season, Spud's father, Sparky, groped Alyssa Milano? I mean, good thing she was really cool about it. I mean, her people were on it just like that. I think they broke the hamlet bone in his left hand.
Oh, I didn't know he was a grabber. I'll be on my toes from now on.
I swear, the guy has the hormones of a 17-year-old.
Sparky, we've been out here on the street now for a week, and I haven't met one woman yet.
Joe, I tell you, this method's worked for me 1,000 times on this corner. You know, it's like fishing. If you want to catch the big one, then you go to your favorite spot.
But holding up signs like, we'll work for a date, and I don't even want to think about that, we'll play accordion for sex stuff, it's tacky, don't you think?
It's a lot more effective than those lame personals. This is the 90s, Steve-O. You know, we have to go the direct marketing route if you want something, especially if it's a tough sell.
Sparky, I told you I would pay you $50 if you'd find me the woman of my dreams. But so far, all the cars that stop to talk have been guys.
It's only been 4 days, Joe, for God's sake. Would you expect to catch a prize-winning marlin the first time out?
Jerry here's always wanted to go marlin fishing.
I'd have better luck picking up a phone book and calling anybody with a female-sounding name.
Been there, done that. Maybe you might get lucky and she won't hang up on you in the first 10 seconds, but we both know that babes don't like cold calls from complete, total strangers.
Both Jerry and I would never stoop to begging for a date on the street. That's demeaning.
You think this guy is an easy sell? Look at him. If anyone has a better idea, speak up now or forever hold your peace.
I'd rather date my cousin than try this scam.
It never worked out for me. For her cousin, though, Linda was a real looker. But we didn't have anything in common other than their last name.
Saffola meets Pantera and Love Spit Love in just a moment.
This is the Spud Goodman Show.
Good! I guess she ran into these guys at the liquor store before their concert and talked them into an interview. Here's my mother, Saffola, with Pantera.
So you guys are in the Pantera band? Oh, I'm so excited. You're my favorite in the whole wide world.
Well, listen here, man. We're happy to be here, and we're going to kick some butt tonight. That's what it's all about.
Rock and roll.
I cannot believe that I am with Pantera. I gotta pinch myself.
That's all right, I'll pinch you. How's that?
Ooh, I like that too. I just cannot believe this. Listen, I heard you guys were from the Lone Star State, Texas.
That's
where
right.
men are men and women enjoy it.
That's right.
So tell me, when you were growing up, did you ride bulls and herd cattle before you got into music?
No, we were wannabe Dallas Cowboys. We just like to go out and kick a lot of ass.
Oh, yes! Okay, how would you define the Pantera sound?
I'd say heavier than hell. Straight up heavier than hell.
Rock and roll.
Can you feel it back
And let me ask you something. What do you think's happening to music these days? It's getting so lame that it reminds me of Fabian and Sandra D. What's going on?
Well, I'll tell you what, it ain't getting lame for Pantera. We got the best fans in the world, and it's going great for us. We got another sold-out night right here tonight at the Seattle Arena. That proves to me that the hardcore heavy music is always going to be around.
Okay, so now, is there some kind of gentleman's agreement in the band, regarding the women who throw themselves at you? Like, no more than romantically involved with 3 or 4 in an evening?
You know, what, more than to just shoot booze and have a good time?
Oh, rock and roll!
Did you feel it, man?
I gotta ask you this. Do you stay in touch with your mothers? I bet they're very, very proud of you.
Mom's number one.
We got the same mom, see, you know? We're brothers.
Oh,
you know?
wonderful. She
So
must be
we
very,
only got to
very
contact
proud
one
of
mom.
you.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah, just wave hi to the mom. My son always has to ask these last 2 questions. I think it's in his contract, so here we go.
All right.
What would you say goes on and the most memorable moment in Pantera?
Well, we're on stage, man. That's the bottom line. That's what we do this for, to get up and play, man. All the other stuff is just a way to entertain yourself until you get up for that hour and a half, 2 hours that you're on stage.
That's right.
Great.
That's right.
And what about long-term goals?
Keep doing what we do, man, which is kick
Doing what we do. We've accomplished everything. We got platinum albums, gold albums, the #1 album. We just had the #1 music video in the United States of America as of today.
Just came out 3. Watch it go, baby.
Rock and roll!
#1.
Yes!
Our musical guest tonight may soon be traveling through your neighborhood, so you may want to check him out live. Here is Richard Butler from Love, Spit, Love.
Watching the world go round, I'm watching the world turn, and I could get lonely if this is a lie, she said. This is the end. Volunteers are my friends. This is the end. Volunteers are my friends. Mary, don't know me. Mary, don't owe me time. Promises don't count. Miracles leave me blind. This is the end. Volunteers are my friends. This is the end. Volunteers are my friends. I'm watching the world turn. I'm watching the sun go down. I'm watching the sky fall down like rain. But I see my way. Nothing can save me now. watching the world unwind. This is the end. Fall on tears, all my friends. This is the end. Fall on tears, all my friends. This is the end. Fall on tears, all my friends. This is the end. Fall on tears, all my friends.
Comedian Louie Anderson, right after these messages.
You know, I've been taking voice lessons. My instructor thinks I have a very strong voice.
Oh, that's nice.
So, I was wondering if maybe I could be the musical guest on the program. It would be a great way to showcase my talent for the network.
Yeah, sure. I think so.
I could do
Maybe.
a song. I could do a song by Celine Dion or Mariah Carey. Oh, sure, it would be a cover song, but well, I'd rearrange it and, of course, put my own spin on it.
Yeah, Darcy, that'd be really nice. Hey, would you mind getting me another cup of coffee?
You have not heard a word I've said, have you?
And a little cream and lots of sugar.
Hi, darling. I can see you're a woman with a sense of adventure. God, I love 'em spunky.
Sparky, lay off. She's mine. Hey, why don't you ask her if she's married? You know, I can't go out with a married woman. Guys, it just wouldn't be right.
Beggars can't be choosers.
You know, I thought your sign was pretty funny. Is this like a stunt for TV or something? Where's the camera? Is it over there?
No. This is no joke. This man here has not had a date outside of his family in the last 10 years.
And you want me to go out with him?
Well, he may look like a freak, but he has no criminal record.
What's up with the dummy? He's kind of cute.
Please, don't call Jerry here a dummy.
You know, I think we can make this worth your while if you'll give this guy a tumble.
Hey, if it's going to ease your mind, I just want you to know that I've had a blood test within the last 6 months. And I've had all my shots.
Let's just say I go out on a date with this guy. What's the payoff for me? Is there like a prize or something?
You mean besides a free meal? God, you drive a hard bargain.
On second thought, I think I'll pass. But this is just a tip for Elvis here. But man, I would lay off the Old Spice. Oh, God.
My next guest is one of the truly nice guys of show business. Besides working non-stop on his stand-up act, he also has a popular cartoon series, Life with Louie. Say hello to Louie Anderson.
All right, Louie, now you work clean, is that correct? I don't think we're going to be seeing you on Def Comedy Jam. Is it a lot tougher to work without firing like rapid expletives? What do you think?
I think it's either you can or you can't.
Not a lot of people can they?
Well, or maybe they don't want to.
Well.
But I just think that, you know, if you can't bring your mom, and your mom can't bring you, and you can't bring your dad, and your dad can't, you know,
and so on, so yeah.
Right, then it's no good for me.
Okay.
But, you know, I used to be dirty in my act, and I just one day said, forget that.
All right, well, obviously some things are working for you right now. You got a cartoon show on Fox that's won like a buttload of awards. You even got your own action figure.
It's amazing.
What's up with this?
This is the first time I have seen this exact action figure. Oh, that's too much. I am on a bike. You know, they always make my teeth so much further apart.
Well, at least you got them.
And they actually are.
Well,
at least they got the teeth right.
Yeah, I got to ask you, though, with cartoon series, you got like Final Cut? What do you think?
Yeah, I have 100% control over that cartoon.
I too dream of having Kevin Costner pre the Postman juice, and one day I'll have it too. But there is one problem with total control. Who the hell can you blame when your creative vision is called an atrocity against mankind?
Historically speaking, the funniest people in the world have been heavy. We're looking at Curly, John Belushi, Lou Costello, so forth. I mean,
Fat
There's
is
a
always
pattern
funny.
here.
Fat is always funny in any language.
You think so?
I just passed a bunch of Japanese women in the hotel in their kimonos, and they were laughing at me.
Is that right?
They were in kimonos. So fat is always funny in any language, and
doesn't talent.
two of them. Well,
there too.
I think that you do get past the fat thing. I think that the obvious attention getter is the weight, but if you can't milk that for an hour.
This is true.
You can't do an hour worth of material in that way.
You got like an hour and a half. So that's a finding of fact right there.
I can absolutely. I can do up to 2 hours if it's really a rough room.
So we got that on tape. We have that on tape. All right.
2 hours later. So where are you from?
Louie is such a nice guy on camera. I sure hope he doesn't shatter my image when this thing's over. Like when I thought I'd bonded with the actor who plays Cancer Man on the X-Files. When the interview was over, he puts out his cigarette in my left ear canal.
Hey, is pain from life's hard knocks a real requirement for doing effective comedy? I mean, is pain a big part of it?
I think that there's two kinds of comedy out there. There are people who say things that are funny, and there are people that say things funny. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and I think that some of the pain is in there. I think if you overanalyze it, you'll go completely insane, as I have done many times.
Okay.
And so I think you have to find the fine line, and people don't want to be preached to, and people are there to have a really good time. But I think I've also revealed that comedy comes from a fairly complex place, and
good comedy.
And I think that if you look at Richard Pryor, read his life, or Lenny Bruce, or Jonathan Winters, I think
Andy Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman, a great comic. I think there's a lot of pain in that. And I think that what the problem is that people don't really want that part of it. They really want just the funny. They want the gravy or the sugar or the honey from the situation. They don't want to have to do the work for it.
That explains a lot of things, like Carrot Top and Howie Mandel, for instance.
Long-term goals, what are we talking about? Maybe bringing Life with Louie to the big screen, all out Beavis and Butthead? Is there any talk about this?
There's talk about doing a movie, and we'll do 26 more episodes that there's an order for, and I'll be real involved with those as usual, with the scripts. That's really important to me. And I hope to make movies. I hope to move right from this into a full-time job of making movies, being behind the camera and writing them. And if I have to act in them to get them made, I'll do it. But I've had enough fanfare. I don't need to be famous anymore.
Can you send some of that fanfare my way?
I think you're getting it right now.
Absolutely. Hey, this has been very special.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Louie Anderson.
Will Sparky find Joe, the woman of his dreams? The exciting answer when we return.
Tina, have you seen Spud?
I'm his hairdresser, not his personal secretary.
Oh, hey. Spud was just a little late for an interview, and Mr. Larson was concerned about him.
Spud may be a few minutes late and have nappy hair, but he never blows off an interview. He might have gone straight from home because I haven't seen him.
Well, okay. Say, Tina, I was reading the new Cosmo, and there was this hairstyle that was totally awesome. The girl who does my hair is out for a couple of weeks, so I was wondering if maybe you could help me out.
I don't think so.
Okay, so they weren't biting today. Tomorrow's another day. You have to keep dropping your line in, and sooner or later you're going to hook the big one.
Sparky, Jerry and I have had it with your fishing metaphors.
Yeah, I hate to fish. Guys, all I really wanted to do was to meet a nice lady and maybe play some ultimate frisbee. Now, is that too much to ask?
Listen, accordion, persistence is the name of this game. If you knock on the doors of 3,000 babes, sooner or later you're going to find one or two that are coming off an unhappy or abusive relationship, and they're not so picky.
Jerry here has no problem meeting women. He's a chick magnet, and I get all his leftovers. It's great. Joe, maybe he can fix you up.
Really?
Wait a minute. You're going to let the dummy set you up? Jeez, that's embarrassing.
But how does he do it?
I really don't understand it myself, but it must be the pheromones Jerry puts out. Most women find Jerry incredibly sexy.
Well, I don't know how he does it either, guys, but I know one thing. Anything has got to beat holding up this dumb sign.
Spud, where have you been? I've been looking all over for you. Did you make the interview?
Yeah, why?
Because you never called to tell me you were going straight from home. Now, do I need to remind you that as a professional, this is not acceptable? Now, if you would
Listen, the interview went fine, okay? I did it. I want to tell you, Irish, I really appreciate the lift, man. Enjoy what's left of your day off.
Thanks. And Mr. Goodman, this is the last time I'm going to tell you, please don't grab me there when I'm taking a corner. It's very distracting.
Hey, I'm sorry, man. I guess I panicked when we were hanging out left at 75. It won't happen again, man.
So, Spud, can we have that monthly booking meeting now?
Meeting? No way. Hey, is Darcy still here? Because I need a lift home.
You know, I was thinking very serious about getting a Harley for myself. You know, they're really popular with the big boys in the network in Los Angeles.
Yeah, just what the world needs, another weekend Lorenzo Lamas wannabe. And let me give you a little tip, too. I think I'd lose the sweater before I'd ever get on a Harley. Because, you know, even bikers have their standards, right, Irish?